Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tabby Media. If you're here for the first time, you are so welcome to this community. All right, please do well to click the like button, subscribe, and invite your friends. All right, so let's go. Today, I just want to answer an obvious, like a question that has an obvious answer. Excuse me, but a lot of us are not aware about it. So the big question, like, oh, please, can you research programs that does not require Ielts? That's the International English Language Test. 98% of bachelor's programs in University of Applied Sciences don't require you to write the International English Language Test. That's IELTS, TOEFL, and all the like. Why? This is because your English language proficiency will be tested through the UAS exam, through the SAT test. So that's why you are not required, it's not compulsory for you to take the International English Language test. For example, a lot of you applied during the joint application. You realize that during the entrance exam, there's the English section, it's all this you're writing, and when you go for the interview, you're speaking. So they're already evaluating they're assessing your English, your spoken English, right, the speaking part of it. I don't know if that makes sense. So they're evaluating the speaking part of it, that's your spoken English, and when you're being asked to write an essay, then they're already assessing the written aspect of the written aspect of it. So that's why they don't require you to take IELTS. All right, so there is a difference between University of Applied Science and universities. Universities, of which just a few of them offer English taught bachelor program. So for example, if you go to University of Helsinki, they have tons of bachelor's programs, but there are few English taught. Same with University of Vasa, same with University of Eastern Finland, same with Oulu, like a lot of universities here. They offer, majority of them offer master's programs in English. Bachelor programs are few. Alright, and these universities are expensive anyways. So, but University of Applied Sciences offer tons and tons of English taught programs, and these are the universities that University of Applied Sciences that don't require you to take IELTS. So you have a lot of programs to choose from. I want to address this because whenever I see the question, I'm like, what? When people come and like, please, can you help research programs that does not require you to write the International English Language Test? I'm like, UAS or the University of Applied Science, they don't require you, but there are some exceptions, like I mentioned, universities, and some University of Applied Sciences may not consider your English assessment during the entrance exam if you already have the International English Language test. All right, so for example, if you have your IELTS, they can just say, all right, we're not going to consider your result, your English result in the entrance exam. We are just going to consider that you're proficient in English looking at this IELTS result. But that does not mean if you don't have it, you can't apply for these programs. No. So there are thousands of programs that you can apply for, bachelor's programs that you can apply for without taking an International English Language Test. Okay, that's sorted out. All right, for masters, that's where the problem is. 98% of my English taught master's program, like I think I've never come across one that does not require you to have the International English to take the International English Language Test. So majority of them, so you're supposed to take it. But for bachelors, you really don't have to, unless you're applying to maybe, because there's this program in University of Eastern Finland. It's a bachelor's program and you're required to write it. Why? Because like I mentioned, it's a university. It's not University of Applied Science, and you don't get to take, and you don't get to write any entrance exam, right? So it's just fair that you must write the International English Language Test. But with University of Applied Sciences, you really don't need to. You really don't have to. Most of the universities that I talk about here for bachelor's programs are University of Applied Science programs. So I rarely talk about bachelors in universities, like I mentioned, because they're expensive and you're required to write it. That's why. So if you're in this community and you see me talking about bachelor's program, know that this bachelor's program don't require it, because I rarely talk about bachelor programs in universities. Like I mentioned, there are few. Most universities offer bachelor's programs in Finnish. There are few English taught bachelor's programs, right? So if you're planning to apply, just prepare yourself. You really don't need to write. You don't need to take the IELTS or TOEFL exams before applying for a bachelor's program in University of Applied Sciences. But if you can take this International English Language Test, it's good because it kind of like gives you many options. You can apply for masters, you can apply for bachelors, you can apply to different countries, not just in Finland, because most countries require you to have this International English Language Test, right? So it's a win-win situation. But if you can, because it's really expensive, yeah, it is. It's so expensive that I'm not even happy about it. Yeah, so if you can take it, fine. But if you can, you still have options, bachelor's program. But if you really want to take a master's, if you apply for master's programs, please make sure you write this test, because there's just no way you are getting in without this test, because there's no other way they are going to test your English. You're not writing entrance exam, right? Like with the the bachelor's programs in University of Applied Sciences, right? So no, don't look further. Just check University of Applied Sciences bachelor's programs. You're good to go. It's either you're writing the International UAS exam or you're taking the SAT test. You're good to go. You don't need to take additional English language test. All right. So I really hope this video was helpful to you. I hope that it has kind of like opened your eyes, because that's the goal of this, for you to know that you can apply to programs, bachelor programs in Finland without taking the International English Language Test. That's good. Saves you time, saves you money, saves you some energy, and a whole lot of stuff. Okay?